Hey, bitch. It's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back. Listen, child, we got to talk about love after lockup. We have got to get into it because the previous season just wrapped up and it's supposed to be picking up with a new season by the end of the week, girl. I think it's either, if not the end of this week, I think it's going to be next week. But whatever it is, we got to get ready for it, okay? So let us go ahead and hop into this episode because there were some things that had went down that we definitely have to talk about, okay? So make sure you're coming into the video. You are liking up the video and we about to go ahead and get into some things. Okay, so first of all, Bianca can't stand her. Girl, when Daniel came out, she wanted to be the first person running over there to him. Ran over there to him, kissed him down. I do not like this little girl. It's giving extremely self-centered. It's also giving she's just she ain't got them all, okay? She just don't got them all. Anywho, she rushes to him. She kisses him just like she dreamed of kissing him. He lets her know, or at least he lets us know, that 24 days into getting to know her, he was sent to the hole. So he was getting to know her a good 24 days. Then he got sent to the hole, and going to the hole means he ain't got no communication with nobody. So once he came up out of the hole, he felt that he needed to go ahead and propose to her because he did not want to lose her. So he proposed to her out of fear of her likely going somewhere else or connected with somebody else, I suppose, knowing that that is not what it is that he really wanted. The moment he said that right out the gate the first time, I said, yeah, I said, he don't really want to be married to this girl yet. And eventually, as the show continues to flow, that's what we learn, that he just not ready for all of the stuff that she's ready for. So that's going to bring a little friction. But because she changed her life for him, she's going to continue to hang around. And because he has to rely oh so much on her, he's going to continue to hang around too. Okay, so Bianca over there talking about kids, and he feels like it's too soon for that. And now in his head, he's regretting proposing to her because he's not ready for all of that. And that's something that the homeboy was trying to say. Like, I know my best friend, like, BIT, you just came into the picture within the last year or so, okay? I've been around this man majority of my life. I know my friend. I know how he moves, okay? He's moving a little too fast with you, and he don't even much know you like that hoe, okay? So, anywho, they go to lunch. While they're at lunch, his mom tells him that she's concerned about him relapsing, while he's with Bianca, because Bianca still plans on drinking. She still plans on partying. She still plans on moving as though he ain't got shit going on with him. And it's just crazy to me that how can you see him relapse on fentanyl behind the bars, okay? In prison, you see him relapse. Your excuse for him relapsing is that I think that he just relapsed because it was always around him, because of what was around him that made him do it. So you don't think you partying and drinking around him is going to make him drink too? But I don't know, Daniel, you're giving a little bit of desperate too. So whatever happens to you, I slick don't care, because I also feel like you shouldn't want to be with anybody that's going to compromise your freedom, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And cause you to potentially relapse or any of that. So if that's what you want to do, good luck, baby. So she pretty much not backing down, okay? And she steadfast on, listen, I'm gonna do what the hell it is that I want to do because that's just how I am. Okay? It is what it is. He thinks that he will always be tempted for the rest of his life. So he's trying to like support her in this moment and try to convince his mom to not worry about him by saying, I'm gonna always have these temptations for the rest of my life. Every time I see a drink or I see drugs or whatever I may see, I'm gonna be reminded of my past. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that's just never gonna go away. Right. It's not going to be something that's going to go away, but it's one thing for you to reminisce on it and it's over there. It's another thing for you to constantly be around it. Therefore, either feeling peer pressured or compelled in some matter to go ahead and just go back to your old ways. But hey, if you don't like your freedom and you don't like being in a healthy body, by all means, please, Daniel, please do you. And we would love to just sit up here and watch, as we're going to do that anyway, because that's just how we is. We just gonna sit here and watch the train wreck happen between the both of y'all. So good luck. Okay. His mama gets very emotional. She starts crying because to her, she's like, I'm not trying to lose another son. Basically, I don't like how things played out with your brother. And I'm afraid that the same thing could really happen to you as well. I will hope that this young lady, Bianca, means you well. But I even the mama can't trust her. Even though the mama try to act like she can, like, or acts like she likes her and stuff like that, that mama don't care for that girl for real, high key. The only thing his mama is willing to do is to put up with her so that her son won't technically be her financial problem. So she already having to deal with his daddy. Okay, and ain't no telling what else. She don't want the son to come in and having to deal, like, she love her son, but I think she don't want to have to be responsible for him. And I don't think that she should have to with his grown ass. You know what I'm saying? But that's why she's gonna try to soften the blow. Like when the daddy had asked the girl, I forgot what he asked Bianca. He asked her something, and she was like, "Huh?" And the mom said, "He's joking. Don't mind that. Don't mind him, girl. Keep doing your thing. Keep taking care of my son so I don't have to look out for him. He's a grown man. That's yours now." All right. So it is what it is. I can't fault mama in a sense. Like, girl, you want him so bad. Please come get this man. Okay. But just make sure he ain't out there doing no drugs and then no drinking. That's gonna be interesting because I believe her story gonna continue on the next season. Let's get to Zariah and Troy, bitch. Okay. Now at this time, I am gonna ask that the people like up the video if you done slid into this video and have yet to like it. Okay, so go ahead and do that for me. Girl, let me give me a little sippy ippy. Mm. Let's talk about Zariah and Troy, whatever her damn name is, this week or next. So he really missed his daughter. Like you could tell, like he loves that little girl. Like he truly, first of all, she's the cutest little. She's just so cute little girl. So he meets his daughter, or he sees his daughter. They hug. He embraces her. Seems like he may have even started crying at some point. She gets the opportunity to meet Zariah. Zariah, whatever her name is, Zuzu did not turn around. Okay, Zuzu did not turn around to greet the girl at first. She let that be a daddy-daughter thing. Then he brought her over there, and Zuzu stood up and she shook her hand. Okay, and then somebody told the little girl to give her a hug. I don't like that. If Zuzu wanted to reach out and shake that little girl's hand, I think that's enough. I don't understand why parents and family members, when it's somebody that you may not have ever, like you have not seen or you don't remember, is get them a hug. Like, no. The most I would tell my child is, you can say, hey, you know what I'm saying? But you ain't got a hug on nobody. They'll be all right. So the fact that she shook the girl hand, I feel like that was enough. So I think it was like the mom, not the baby's mom. I think it was Troy's mom or somebody else. His sister said, give her a hug. No, no, handshake is fine. Anywho, so Troy's really going through it because he really missed his daughter, okay? And you could tell that he never wants to leave her ever again. He doesn't want to put himself in jeopardy to be behind bars. He just wants to do right and be an amazing father. And I say, let me tell you something, Troy. Fucking with a chick like Zuzu, she gonna have your ass tied the hell up. Okay, so I don't know. Be careful with that one because she gonna have you tied the hell up, sir. Okay, but his daughter, oh my God, cutie pie, so well spoken. Love it. So he tells his daughter about her mom giving him a hard time about his wife. See, Troy, this is where you piss me off because I don't feel like that's a child's business. That's between y'all grown ass adults. Your mama gives me a hard time about my wife. Even if the mama talking shit about your wife in front of the daughter, I don't condone that. Like, let that be a y'all issue. Let that little girl shape her own little opinion of this woman. Okay? I don't really like the shit talking, just a little piece. That's just me. So he tells her he wants her to form a relationship with Zuzu on her own, which I agree. Like, form your own relationship and make your own decision on how you want to, whether you want to, and decide on what you want to call her. You could call her anything. I think he said you can call her mama's, whatever he said. You could call her mama Z, mama this, mama that. And I'm like, it's giving Zuzu. Okay, it's giving calling her a real name. But anywho, so he tells her to give Zariah a hug. And I'm like, here you go. With telling this girl to give her, she already gave her one. Okay, she don't know that lady. But Yana over there pissed. And Yana kind of thinking like me, that I want my motherfucking child hugging that lady. Like, you don't know her enough like that. What's wrong with you? Okay. Granted, it is part of his child too, but at the same time, like, I know she gonna be a stepmama, but girl, it's layers to this. Okay. So then Yana, she pissed, she ready to go. Yana says she told her daughter she doesn't have to talk to her or be nice. And see, Yana, that's where you're wrong. That's where you're trying to create a terrible relationship between this young girl and this woman that's her stepmom. And I just don't think that's right, because you wouldn't appreciate that if Troy was doing it to your daughter when it came to you and your partner. You wouldn't like that. That's creating chaos in your house. And I just think that's, you're basically giving your child range to be disrespectful to somebody that hasn't done anything to her. Okay, I can see if the lady did something to her, but she didn't do any. So it's just like you doing too much with that. You don't have to talk to her or be nice. Whoa, I would at least say you don't have to hug nobody, and you damn sure don't have to call nobody mama. Okay, but as far as being nice, you're gonna always like be respectful. You want to give the energy that you would like to receive as well. Now, if you're not receiving the energy that you feel you should be receiving from her, then you let me know, because that's mama's job. I'm gonna handle that. But just like, girl, I don't like that, because you and your feelings about her. I don't like that. So yeah, the baby mama says that she thinks Zuzu should appreciate. I'm sorry, should have approached her if she's going to be around her child. And I kind of feel like I don't fully disagree with her, but I think that for me, I would kind of blame Troy, because you did pull up to Troy's family's property. In addition, I feel like Troy is the gap or the bridge in between both of you guys. So I feel like he should have bridged the gap between y'all and introduced you guys and allowed y'all to have the conversation. Set the standard, have a conversation with your wife, have a conversation with your baby mama, set the standard, bring them together and see what it's going to do. Now, do I think that should have happened at that particular time? No. Honestly, I think they possibly should have had I don't know. I feel like they should have had a sit down before, him meeting his daughter and the daughter, or at least before Zuzu meeting the daughter, not him. I feel like all three of them should have had a sit down before Zuzu met the daughter. But then at the same time, I feel like if they would have had that sit down ahead of time, it would have been chaotic. And he probably wouldn't have saw his daughter, and she never would have saw the girl, right? Never would have met her. But then at the same time, I'm also like, well, maybe he should have did it at that moment. But then things could have went left, because neither one of them were in the proper mind state to really want to engage in a conversation. So at some point, I would like to see him try to bridge the gap between those two ladies, because I mean, if he take you to court and he wants to get visitation of his child, and the judge grants him that the daughter can leave the state, or leave the city to go see her dad, you're gonna have to deal. Right? So y'all need to figure that out. What else? Yana, yeah, okay. So yeah, I said I blame Troy for that. The BM doesn't think this relationship is gonna last. She says her and Troy have been in contact. I seem like they have a pretty decent relationship. But when it comes to Zuzu and him, she don't think it's gonna last past the next 2 months. I don't know. I think it's lasting. But anywho, Yana and Troy are left alone so that they can talk. And she says that she has no issue with him, and she is past the heartbreak, and she wants to see him prosper. She says that they do have a very close relationship. He wants to get his daughter for a week in the summer, right? But she says no. She said, I don't want Zuzu around my child. That's dead. Like, you don't even really care for the mama, so why the hell would I have my child around you? And I do understand her on that. I do understand her on that. But at the same time, somebody's gonna have to be the bigger person. If Troy is not going to do it, Zuzu needs to initiate it, or Yana needs to do it. Somebody needs to do it. I'm actually leaning towards Zuzu and Troy doing it. Like, hey, can we talk? Okay, maybe Zuzu reach out to her. Maybe they could talk. But you also got to be two open-minded people, and being open-minded means people are going to say stuff to you that you're not going to like in that conversation. Sometimes it's hard to hear where you falling short, or where you may have made a person feel away. Okay, sometimes you got to receive what they saying, answer it, respond to it, and then they need to also be able to do the same, so y'all can come to a better conclusion or whatever for this little girl. Okay, because it really ain't giving about y'all no more. Okay. It's really giving about little mama. So she says that Zuzu was a stranger, and when he gets to know her, then just maybe her daughter can start coming around. Now, granted, I mean, I feel like this. If the roles were reversed and this was Yana with a dude from prison and Troy had custody of the daughter and she wanted to get the daughter for a week, I would feel, and Troy felt like Yana, like this dude is a stranger. You need to get to know him before my daughter can come over there. Listen, I would be on Troy's side with that. So I can't really fault Yana for that either. It's like Zuri Slick is a stranger. Yeah, y'all have been talking on the phone for years. Okay. You have just got out and y'all got married while you were in prison. Now you're out. You got to get accustomed to getting to know her. You got to get accustomed to the dynamic of her son, her household. It's a lot of things that you do need to learn when it comes to Zuzu before you bring your child into that environment, in my opinion. That's just what I. So if you have to settle with going down there every other weekend or however you do to see your child, you got to do what it is that you got to do. Hell, the crazy thing is, Zuzu sat up there and showed her as to where you almost didn't even get the opportunity to meet your daughter. So I don't know how she gonna trip the hell out if the little girl got to come to the house. Especially if Yana ends up bringing the girl to the house. Zuzu gonna show her ass because she ain't gonna want her at the house. I knowing where she stay. It's a mess. So I kind of agree with Yana on that. It's kind of like you got to get to know Zuzu a little bit more to even know if you want to continue to move forward in this marriage with this woman. So I don't fully disagree with a lot of what Yana's talking about. I think the main thing I primarily disagreed with was when she said her daughter don't got to talk to or be nice to her stepmama. That right there, I did not. I kind of disagree with that portion. Until that person do something to you, then you can react. But don't just go into a situation with animosity that's not yours. So I don't like that. So anywho, she said Zuzu doesn't even like her, so why would she bring her daughter around her? Zuzu asked, so after they had a conversation, Troy didn't want no issues. He was just like, I got you. I respect what you saying. It's all good. We good. We see each other. Okay, cool. He ain't want no beef. So he goes back there and Zuzu asked him what was that all about in the front. And he told her that she needs to get to know. What's weird was that he said that she needs to get to know me before letting her be around you. I said, what the fuck is he saying? What are you saying? You talking about the little girl needs to get to know her dad more before she can be around her stepmom. I'm like, Troy, although part of that could be true, that is not what she told you. And this is why y'all are going to have issues because you do not know how to relay information because you're actually not a confrontational person. You like to run away from things. You like to avoid conflict in a sense. And the more you try to run from it, the more it's going to run after you and the more you're going to have to deal with it. Okay. Figure that shit out. So he says he feels like his BM is being messy. I said, here you go again. Troy, baby, it is giving you all the problem. No matter how soft spoken you talk, no matter how sweet you may seem, okay? And no matter how patient you may be, you are giving the problem for me. One, you tell the little girl about her mama always tripping on you about the wife. You don't need to say that. To me, I don't feel like it. To a 7-year with a girl 7, I don't think you need to say it. To me, now, when it comes to this, why are you telling your wife, I think my BM being a little messy? It's giving what kind of conversation? Now I'm thinking Zuzu probably wasn't really tripping earlier that day in that because when they were talking about the whole cheating and stuff, because why does BIT know my business? Obviously they are close and obviously Troy is talking to her. Why are you trying to continue to keep a wedge in between y'all, in between them? Because why would you say, I think my BM is being a little messy? Even if she is, why would you go back to say that to Zuzu? Why would you do that? I just don't think that was a need for you to even add that up. So then Zuzu says that she knows he isn't telling the whole story because he tries to keep the drama down by appeasing the BM. But see, he don't just do that with the BM. He do that with you too. Because he's a non-confrontational person. At least he tries his best not to be. He don't want no conflict. He don't want no issues. Like, that's what he does. So he tells her he wants to love on his wife now as they're leaving, and he wants to show her how he can be super faithful to her. That's what he's saying. He thinks the relationship is promising as long as they keep communication tight. And I said, not you talking about the relationship is promising as long as y'all keep communication tight when you just showed that you don't know how to communicate with your child and with your wife. You don't know how to communicate. And now I see why your mama told you, well, you the man of the house, you gonna have to have a voice too. I don't think it's so much of the man of the house, because I feel like, don't say he the man of the house if he ain't putting in on this. Okay, it's giving every bit of Zuzu is the woman of the house, and he not the man of the house. Because is he providing? Oh, okay. Anything outside of DSTK? Oh, okay. Don't say that. But I think what his mom meant to say was, you need to be vocal. Ain't nobody telling you to yell, scream, slap, punch, none of that. But you need to figure out the way to communicate so that your voice is heard too. Because she's not the only person that should be happy in this marriage. You should as well. Don't be passive. He gives very passive energy. Okay. But anywho, let's keep going, child. That's Zuzu and oh boy, Troy. Let's get to Joey and this ex and Kim. Bitch. Ooh, girl, Kim. Oh, they both of them get on my nerves. So he's still waiting on the ex, right? Meanwhile, Kim at the house confused as hell because she's like, oh my God, he really called off the engagement party? Like, I mean, it's supposed to be happening right now. Like, I don't even know if he's going to show up or what the hell is going on. Like, I don't even know. I just regret bringing it up. What? Why would you regret bringing it up when you were provided details and it confirmed that your man out here slick playing you in your damn face? Miss AirTag, I know his location. I know everywhere he be at. Okay. So she over there calling his phone. He over there rejecting her calls, but he over there blowing up the ex and texting her. A mess. So then he gonna text her in the he gonna text the ex while he in the confessional time some leave me the fuck alone. And the reason why that irritated me was because how far apart are the confessionals filmed from the actual season? I would think it's either a few weeks or at least a month apart. So with that being said, you still continue to communicate with this girl beyond that moment of you feeling a way about her not showing up. Trash ass man. But that's what you wanted, Kim. And I hope he wear your ass out. He is. So then so he says she stood him up because she got a man or a husband or whatever he's supposed to be this week. And she couldn't get out to cheat on that man like she has before. I said, oh wow. So you expected her to leave from where she was with that man. Um and then I think he tried to say she was going to use the kids as an excuse, like, oh, I got the kids, so I can't come out. So basically, you tell the cameras that you're meeting up with her to tell her F you and to leave me alone when all you had to do was block her on all social media platforms, but instead you choose to meet up with her. Then when she stands you up, which I'm glad that she did, you want to bring up the fact that she can't get out to cheat on her man. That lets us know your real intentions. We already knew them from the beginning. But for you to want to link up with her, you missed her. You love the toxicness of it all. And you went there to possibly cheat. You went there to link up with her to see if you really would still have the feelings for her in person as you have before. That's what that really was. You was trying to check the temperature with her. And she played your ass. And I'm glad that she did. So he decides that after, he upset, I hope she don't call me no more. F her, this, that, and the other. I'm glad she didn't show up. He's just such a liar. He's a fucking liar. And seeing how easily he just lies, I believe now that he did steal that shit that the daddy believed that he stole. Why he stood in that man's face and told him he didn't. Anywho, so Joey coming back to the house and he acting like he's sorry for calling everything off. Girl, Kim, you kind of give to me that you the other woman just a little bit. He don't give that you the main. Some about it. So Joey coming back to the house acting like he's sorry for calling it off. And he said he really called it off because he thought that, no, I said he really called it off because he thought the ex was going to show up and give him a reason as to why he should keep it up with her and possibly leave Kim, even though he wasn't going to leave Kim fully because Kim is providing for him. But he needed her to show up to see if there was going to be more. So anywho, he came back, apologized. Let's just go. All our family's going to be there. Whoop de whoop de whoop de whoop de whoop. So they get ready to head to the engagement party and they drive in different cars. And Kim is like, we're driving in different cars? Why would we do that? That is so crazy. Like, why are we doing that? Like, I want to ride with you. Why are we're riding different cars? And it's like, yeah, BITCHUR. Unless you finna put your damn foot down and tell him to scoot the fuck over, I'm finna get in his front seat in a car that you paid for. Okay? Embarrassing. And the reason why he rode with you in separate, and he talking about, oh, we got all this stuff in the car. It's gonna be too much going on. Girl, wasn't that much shit in that car. And you know it. But you said that just in case that ex gave your whole ass a call, so you will be able to talk to her freely. Wow, Miss Girl is trailing you or in front of you going to the damn party. Girl, a mess. So she says that she doesn't like that, but she's going to deal with it and says that at least they're having a party. How much I'll pay her to say this stupid ass shit in a confessional? Because she is dumb. Stupid for TV. Because it has to be for TV. Because if this is how you're operating in real life, for real, in 2024, baby, I feel so sorry for you. I really hope he wear you out. He wearing you out right now, honestly. So she's excited once she gets there. She's like, oh my God, I'm so excited to see my cousin Tatum. I'm so excited to see my cousin Tatum. I say, yeah, you excited to see her because you ready to rub in her face. Look at me. I'm with Joey and I'm engaged. Okay. Boom, I got your boyfriend. I got your man. I got him. Boom, I got your boyfriend. Okay. I had him then and I got him now. What's up? You're a hurtful hoe. And that's why I am going to enjoy watching whatever goes down with you. Because that was some dirty, that's some dirty there. Okay. So she tells his mom and his niece about their argument, and his mom says all this needs to go away, and that guy wants her and not the other girl. Like he wants you, he don't even want the other girl. I don't even know why we're dealing with this. Okay. She says he don't. No, I feel like the mama don't want him to be her problem either. The same way Daniel mama don't want him to be her problem. That's why they be over there encouraging it. And I don't really trip on the mamas for real, because it is giving like, you girl, I ain't gonna take this, girl. I did all I can. He wanna sit up there and keep running and doing what the fuck he wanna do, girl, or whatever. I ain't coming back to my house causing no damn ruckus, I tell you that. But I'm just calling it for the truth. Don't act like y'all care a lot. Okay, and it's giving concern, and he doesn't want her, he want you. He's so happy with you. Oh my God, he's so happy with you, girl. It's giving. Please hang on to that man so he don't come to my house. That's your responsibility. Okay. So Tatum arrives and she hugs Kim and says she doesn't like seeing them together at all. And then what pissed me the fuck off was all Kim could say was, really? 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 Like, that's all she kept doing was giving fucking reallys. And you knew what she was going to say. But see, you thought that she didn't like seeing y'all together because she was jealous. And I don't know if it's that she's really jealous. Maybe she is, right? But also, I feel like she knows he's a whack ass dude. Ultimately, he's just a trash ass guy. Okay? So she's like, I got to tell you something. I need to talk to you. So she lets her know when I was outside, Joey whistled at me. And she says, I just kind of felt like icky or whatever. She says, deep down inside, I think that he's going to play you. And all she could say was when she said he whistled at me outside, she said, really? And then she said, I think he's going to play you. Really? That's all she could fucking say. Just gets on my nerves. And you see, you rushing so bad. You couldn't wait for Tatum to get there because you wanted Tatum to see y'all motherfuckers together. But why you didn't rush to Tatum and tell Tatum what happened with you and him before the party the same way you told his niece and his mama? Why you ain't tell Tatum? Well, you know what, Tatum, you could be right because this is what happened earlier. Why you ain't tell her that? Yeah, because you want to see your cousin hurt. You want to see her jealous. You envy your cousin because you're jealous of your cousin. Okay? So Kim keeps saying really to everything, and I said she's a fucking weirdo. I'm glad Tatum had her friend with her because the friend was outside and can confirm that Joey whistled at her. I said I'm so glad she was with her. And she said Tatum's not a liar. She's not going to play about nothing like that. She said, I heard him, and I'm so glad that she did. Because if she didn't, they would have tried to paint Tatum out to be the liar that Joey's ass really is. Girl, a mess, honey. A fucking mess. Let's keep going. Let's get to Dumb Shante and True, honey. Okay. Shante meets with Pepper and she sees the house, y'all. Pepper over there talking about visitors, and I personally feel like Pepper lying about visitors. Okay, when it comes to people being in and out, she try to say she don't like too many people and she don't want to deal with this or that and everything. So I'm not really trusting Tatum for real. I don't believe I believe Tatum is gonna allow him to have visitors and to do whatever he wants in my personal. So we learned that Shantae found out that True cheated on her. I guess they was together the night no that morning, the next morning or something like that. And the next morning that they were together, I guess he got a call when they were in the car and some things were said. And so she found out he cheated on her and he told her he wouldn't smash nobody while she was in town. That's enough of a line for you to know that this man is cheating on you, girl. So then, so then what else happened? So then he said, no. He said, I never cheat on nobody with you when you in town. Then says he loves her, but he does do his thing and says that he used protection. Shantae, when is you getting up? When is you getting up? When is you getting up? So the girl reaches out to also he told Shantae that he expects her to stay around and deal with the bullshit. Do you hear me? That's what he said. He expects her to hang around and deal with the whole shit of it all. So then the girl reaches out to Shantae when they were not filming and told her that she and True have been dealing with each other for a while. And I'm willing to believe he was dealing with the girl back in prison. And you know what else is so interesting? Trueston over there and everybody, the whole family, let me go back. Remember how the sister was talking all that fucking when it came to Shantae? She really wanted to say Shantae was ugly or unattractive, whatever she wanted to say about Shantae. That's what she really wanted to say. But what she said was Shantae ain't her brother type because her brother don't really date black girls. But you was making sure that you brought your homegirl up there to your brother though. So what you really wanted to say about Shantae? Because you brought your black ass homegirl to link up with him. You made sure your black ass homegirl had access to him when he was in prison. So who is this other chick that he's supposed to be hanging with and smashing on? I think that's the one that he pulled off on Shantae on when she was trailing him back to the city. I feel like he pulled off on her to go link up with that girl real quick. Crazy work. And True ain't even got them all. So I'm not even understanding how y'all letting this man sit up here and play y'all like that. What the hell? So Shantae says she tells people that she's married just for them to leave her alone. I'm like, first of all, Shantae, don't act like people be on you like that for real. That's number one. Number two, I do feel like you tell people that you married to this man because it sounds good to you. It sounds better to you. Okay, you're overestimating the value that you have in this man's life. That's what it's giving. So she pulls up to Pepper's house and she drops off a bag. And I guess he wanted her to come in. She didn't want to come in. She leaves. She go downstairs. Baby True laughing in her damn face. Laughing. He is laughing at you, boo. So he's over there laughing and says she finna be his baby mama. She ain't going nowhere. What in the offset? You my BM. I won. What in the offset is going on? Okay. Granted, he really ain't lied because in all honesty, True, she ain't even gotta have your baby to not go nowhere. She won't go nowhere anyway. So her and True yelling back and forth about it, and she liked the toxicity too because I feel like she's the type of woman that believes because a man argues with you, makes you think that that's how he's showing his emotion and his care for you, and it's the complete opposite. Okay, but okay. So then he gets a call, and she says, "Who is that? Who that calling you?" He said, "I don't know." Girl, how many hopscotch games do he has to play in your face? How many games do he need to play? Girl, it's giving K Michelle. How many times? How many times? Stupid. So she talking about she about to pull off. And I said, this BIT saying she pulling off, but she ain't cut not damn car on. I ain't even see her put on not damn seatbelt, but you finna pull off. Go away from me with this. Okay? And then he gonna yell at her and tell her that she did this. You did this. Sir, you did this and you've been doing this. What are you talking about? Whole time I was like, girl, stop talking to this man and pull off. Girl, just leave, okay? Let this man go. Move on. Cause this ain't going nowhere. But then people trying to say that they back together and she trying to say that they married and shit. For real, I don't know what the hell they got going on, child. Clowns. So let's get to Hope and Arthur. I think Arthur may be a good guy, or he's trying his hardest to be a good guy. You know what I'm saying? I do hope he gets it together. I would like to see Arthur go on and do more and actually, be able to have like a testimony, right? He does talk to Hope and he tells her that she could have stuck up for him when he came down to the family asking all these questions. And she was like, them your answers though. And them questions was for you. I can't answer that for you. And I agreed with her. You should already know what it's gonna be like. Like I will go into a situation expecting to get grilled, right? I think she did right by kind of falling back and letting you answer it. And I don't think you really did that bad of a job with answering the questions. The sisters was just on your ass as they should be, okay? So he brings up everybody thinking that he going back to jail and how he just wants to do better and stuff like that. So he's still feeling like he got something to prove. Only for the man to get locked up, y'all, back in May. But I do believe that I'm being told that he did get out. I'm hoping that, because he wasn't supposed to be around no guns or nothing like that. So I do wonder, with that situation, did they say he can't be around Faith, or what's the stipulations with that? Is his probation longer or parole? Like, what's going on with his situation? And then I wonder, are they back together? Like, what they look like? So he tells her that they not engaged because they talked about that. He says that they're not engaged, although I do believe he proposed to her without a ring in prison. But he tells her that they're not engaged, but they are building to that level. And I think that's exactly where y'all should be. Girlfriend, boyfriend, building to that level. I mean, if you getting proposed to behind bars and you ain't got no damn ring, and they're like, I don't know about that. Okay, I just feel like you ain't engaged. So don't tie yourself down like that. Anywho, what else did I say? I also wondered if he was gonna get his tats removed as he moves on in his phase of trying to do better and stuff. I wonder if he is going to get like the tats off his faces removed, possibly. But anywho, that wasn't a whole lot to Hope and Arthur. Okay, let's get to Julian and Christine, baby. So she's about to do her comedy piece. And I feel like it's good for her to have an audience because it's going to make her do better. Of course, Julian decided he's going to show up because he wants to support his girl, so that's what he did. So as she's talking, it's not necessarily giving comedy, but it's giving public speaker, it's giving motivational speaker a little bit, like the way she's talking through her story and what all she's went through. And I'm like, maybe you should have considered being a speaker more than being a comedian. And as a speaker, you can have the comedic flares within your speech or whatever. So as she was doing her thing, there was a heckler that came, and he was doing the most. At first it didn't sound so bad, but he kept interrupting her, and she lost her train of thought and stuff. And I didn't really feel too bad for her, but I didn't want her to feel super bad about what happened, because I feel like what she did was I felt like she did something a lot of people couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if I could do it. You know what I'm saying myself? Like, yeah, I can sit on my channel, with my video, talk to my camera or whatever like that, crack jokes, whatever, even when we live. But I don't know how I will perform like in public. Even if people tell me that I'm naturally funny and I don't have to try hard, I don't know, because she was thinking the same thing, that she was naturally funny, because that's what people were telling her. But when it came down to that heckler, I feel like she should have roasted them motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? She should have roasted that. She should have roasted his ass back. But again, in the beginning, I feel like you got to work up to that. I think there's a lot of training that may need to happen, because I feel like just as much as they have acting classes, they have like comedy, like comedic classes for people that want to be comedians. So she might need to find some virtual ones that she could possibly do, and just get stronger. But I don't think she should like give up on it if that's something that you want to do. I don't know, and this may sound crazy, but like, yeah, she's working her job, she's trying, but I always see nothing wrong with people wanting to have an extracurricular something outside of just working all fucking day. Okay, and even possibly being a parent. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. And that thing that you may lean towards as the extracurricular could eventually probably bring in some money for you. You might enjoy dancing, so you take dance classes and you might end up being an instructor at some point, and you're making that money on top of it. So, like, I don't know. I just don't see nothing wrong with people wanting to get outside of the normal of just work, go home, sleep, work, go home, sleep. Like, if you got an extracurricular, something you want to get into, you know, go do it. If it's a pottery making class and you just want to do that for fun, and you want to, or painting, and you want to be an artist someday, like, go do that shit. So that's why for me, I'm not really being, too hard on her about this. She wanted to do it. It may have been a dream of hers, and I am a person where I'm like, get that out your system. Everybody's here for a limited time. You spent a lot of time in life fucking up. So you might as well go and put that energy, instead of spiraling and getting back into substances or whatever, spend that energy on possibly going to do something else. And if that's being a comedian in some capacity, then put some of the extra time into that, you know. Um, get them dreams or those thoughts or whatever sitting on you, get them out. Even if you fail, you did that shit. Okay, you ain't got to sit around on some what if I would have just tried this or just do that shit. Okay. And I say that because I know I used to sit in my head for a long time about stuff like that. And when I finally just said, fuck it, when I got to my fuck it phase and I just said, yo, I'm finna do X, Y, it worked. You know what I'm saying? Being on some fuck that shit, it worked. So I say, go do it. If that's what you want to do, don't. I mean, you ain't gonna always do it right. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some fuck ups. Okay, what Will Smith said, you got to feel your way up or feel your way to the top. I mean, that's just what comes with it. So if you didn't have a successful night, that's okay. I think go back and try and redeem yourself. See what else you could do. So she walked off stage and she was emotional and she was sad and she forgot what she was finna say. And the guy definitely threw her off. Her people was trying to encourage her to keep going because it's not easy to stand up there and tell jokes and know when to have, the proper comedic timing and this, that, and the other. She went up there with no training, no nothing, just went up there to do her thing. So I can imagine. Anywho, Julian wanted to knock the fuck out that man, but girl, he didn't. She ran off to the bathroom. He followed her, girl. The cameras went in there too. He tried to tell them folks, you guys shouldn't be in here right now. They was like hell, we can't. No, the hell you talking about, baby? They got their camera up in her face and then turned around and followed her inside the bathroom. But this is what I can't get with, ma'am. Come close. Wash your hands, bitch. Wash your hands before you get too close to me. Let me tell you something, honey. Okay? I be damned. Don't you ever go into another public restroom and just plop your ass down on a public toilet. Okay? Because you upset and hurt. Girl, you better lean up against that wall and cross them arms or some. You better do something like that, bitch. But you better not go sit your ass and girl. Okay, go sit on the damn toilet. I said, no, she didn't. It's nasty. It's toilet. No, ma'am. I just feel like that was so nasty. So, anywho, what else? So she said she shouldn't have done it, and I was like, nah, you needed to scratch that itch. If that's something that's been inside of you and something you wanted to do, you needed to do it. You just got to work on it. But she also needs a class, and I've already talked about that. She's over there crying, or at least not crying, because the next morning she was cringing. That's what it was. She was cringing at the thought of what happened the night before. But Julian was really supportive of her, actually, you know. And I think it was in that moment he saw how much she wanted to do this or how much she's interested in this, and to see how somebody else can make her feel. This was what he said he was concerned about. Like, I know she thinks she's funny, but I don't know how the crowd is going to receive her and this and that. But the crowd was trying to receive her. It was just one person, but being there that night, he didn't feel away. And I did appreciate the fact that he was supporting her in that moment, because I'm like, that's what she needs. And I feel like you really should have had that energy in the beginning, but you're here now, so whatever. She did decide that she's going to work on it more. She's gonna work at it more. I think also what you should do is possibly, because hopefully you're getting paid from this show. Hopefully you're continuing to work that job until you can elevate or whatever from where you are. And I know you still want to get your kids and stuff, and I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but at least you can get some visitation at some point. But aside from that, I think that you probably should go and sit in on some comedy shows and just watch them. You know what I'm saying? And if you get a chance to talk to those local people that do comedy, maybe they can assist you and help you out with working on that too. Okay. But either way, honey, good luck. Let's keep going. Letitia, y'all, did y'all hear that Letitia was charged with theft? Now, when she had said she had messed up and something was going on with her business, I didn't know what it was. Now I'm wondering if that husband Keith got your ass tied the hell up while you was sitting over there trying to have him in charge of the girls of your company. Now you dealing with theft charges and it may carry a 5-year sentence. What a dumbass. What you got going on? A mess. Arthur. Arthur was locked up in May. He's been released since, from my understanding. Zuzu and Troy over there planning a wedding, child. Shante unfortunately tells us that she lost both babies. She said that they did not hear a heartbeat on either baby. And now the people are really speculating on whether you really was pregnant from the beginning or was this just something you were saying. Okay. Bianca and Daniel, as well as Zuzu and Troy, their story will continue into the next season. Okay. So we'll get a chance to see them. And I don't care to see True Nim, but I'm trying to see. I think this season, this segment of people, I think they did good. Cause I get tired of seeing some of the same folks over and over. Like there's a couple that's gonna be on their next season, and I can't think. I can't think of their name, but the guy be wearing like a ponytail with the long hair, and she recently got pregnant by him, but she already had some kids already. I feel like she may have had 4 kids or maybe 5. And then he got kids too. So maybe their kids together making a lot of kids, but those kids, his kids live out of the state. And they just recently had a child. I'm going to watch them, but I feel like they've been on the show a little too long. I think y'all should give people a year to 2 years, and they may be in their second year. After that, phase them out. Bring in some, it's too many people dating people that are locked up and may have better storylines. Bring some new folks, okay? But anywho, child, that's all that I got. This is Love After Lockup. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like Soldier Ray. Leading my people like quarterback. But I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden, they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but you run no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. When I catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.